And hello again, my friends. It is the drunk Russian. I'm not really drunk right now, so I shouldn't be slurring my words so much. Right now, I'm just watching the gameplay that you were seeing before you, so I should be able to keep up in what is going on. So right there, the green. I tried to hop over him like Super Mario Brothers, but of course, bumped my head. Anyway, I will frequently stop at these signs so that you can read what's going on. I want you guys, if you guys do own this game, to download it. This is a map. It is completely free. It is a Silent Hill adventure. Now, I love Silent Hill, and I just don't get a chance to play them that much. I really wish I could, but I love the Silent Hill games. They're so much better than the stupid Resident Evil games that are going on right now. Right now, I'm just bringing up the signs so that you can read them, and I'll go back to them so that you guys can read them again. But right now, I got to lose these slimes. They do 6 damage to me, and seven damage because I don't have my armor on. I really wish I had my hollow armor, but I don't. Oh well. So anyway, guys, this is the the episode where I talk about me crashing my friend Maxwell's party. It wasn't a party; it was his wedding. So yeah, let's get right into it. First of all, I'd like to say that I was not invited to Maxwell's wedding until the very last minute. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Maxwell himself said he sent it out. Yeah, I don't believe him. But for some reason, I believed him. I don't believe him to this day. I'm having trouble jumping here. I'm so used to jumping with the what is it? The cloud in the bottle that gives you the double jump, or the stupid little balloon. I don't know. Anyway, I'm drinking some beer right now, and it is foaming right now, so that is cool. Let us continue with the story. Anyway, so Maxwell invited me to his party, last minute type of thing, and oh, and I'd just like to say this is gonna be a funny part coming up. This is pretty funny. I think that's the developer of the game. Harry Mason is the first person that ever went to Silent Hill. I forgot who Walter is, and the rest are history. But anyway, let me continue with the story. Stop getting sidetracked. So he invited me to the party, last minute type of thing, and I was kind of off put by why he would not invite me to the party, but I just said, you know what? Maybe the invitation got lost in the mail. I mean, I did move to America I was in America by now, but it was, I was in translation, going from apartment to apartment, trying to find a place to live. At the time, my I was still dating my wife, and I was still talking to Jessica. I was talking to all of them. So I'm not going to go into any specific details, but one day I get the invitation, and I noticed that it is about 3 days away. So I was really and if you're wondering why I have those weapons, if you're wondering why I have those weapons in my inventory, the Excalibur and the Pone Hammer and everything, I already had completed this. I already had complete this, and I saved at the end area, which I'll go through this. I'll keep on going through this, and I'll show you guys all of the gameplay. I'll run through another test anyway. I completed this and I saved, but then I deleted the map, and I thought that would get rid of where I was saved, but it didn't. So I was a little SOL, and I had to get all the way back to the beginning of the map, which is pretty far, my friends. This is a very long map if you wish to actually play it like you were playing Silent Hill. Anyway, so long story short, oh yeah, the sword is to kill any worms or anything like that that break the immersion. This is supposed to be a Silent Hill game. Zombies and the slimes I will understand. The demons I will understand. All that type of stuff I will understand. But the worms, no, I don't like that. I think it breaks the immersion for me. So I use it just to kill the worms and to get back into the immersion and everything. Because this is a really fun map. Link will be in the description. I recommend you, if you guys haven't already, or if you have this game but don't have this map, I recommend you download it. It's very fun. But abide by his rules. He has some rules in the game, so abide by them, and you will have fun. Anyway, so I get the invitation. It's about 3 days away, and I have to scatter to get to Tux. I had to get my wife, and my wife wanted to get a new dress, or my girlfriend at the time, she wanted to get the new dress. So I was instinctively saying, no, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't go, because this is the last minute type of thing. When planning for a wedding, there's a lot of planning that goes into it. But at the time, he was my best friend, so I said, alright, I will do this. Why the hell not? So me and my wife, we get some bum dress for her that she really didn't want it. In fact, I think she sold it the day the wedding was over, which is the same day. So it was like a rental. So we got the dress, I got the tux, and we showed up, and it was a pretty nice wedding. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I felt that the wedding was kind of jazzy, jazzy. It was very smooth, and relaxing and mellow. There was a lot of drinks there, and I will get into that in a second. But I must tell you that the second I saw Maxwell, he was at the altar and everything, and he wanted me to be his best man. So I was standing there near the altar. My girlfriend was sitting in the seats, and I really didn't honestly care. I just said, you know what, whatever. Let's just get this shit over with. Because Maxwell is the type of guy that he's gonna have multiple wives. In fact, he does have multiple wives. Anyway, make a long story slightly less longer, because this is going to be a very long story, my friends. Maxwell was ready. Got the I do's out of the way. Got the vows out of the way. Nothing weird there. Usual Maxwell stuff. Trying to woo the ladies with the vows and everything. He made up some stupid, corny vow, like if you were like I don't know, I can't remember the exact the words of the vow, but I think it went like this: even if you were per se, even if you had the slightest cold, I'll be there. I will never let you go. I will always be there for you. I'll stand by your side. Blah blah blah. Just the corny stuff that every girl wants to hear a man say. Oh, this eyeball does a lot of damage. 18 damage to me. God damn. 17 damage. God damn. I know I have a lot of health, but god damn. It's still a lot of damage. Okay. The story must continue. So, to be a little more blunt, I was, well, not blunt. I don't want to be blunt in this story because it gets blunt later. So, to be a little more realistic, I wanted to leave right after the wedding. I stayed for the wedding, I stayed for everything, but I thought to myself, I'm not that type of person. I'm not the type of person that will just bail on anybody, even if I don't like him that much, which I don't like Maxwell that much, but I'm not the type of person that will just bail on a friend, so I should stay. I told my girlfriend that if she wanted to go home, she could. She said she didn't want to, mostly to keep an eye on me, and I understand why, because this story gets really funny. But it also gets really, really upsetting. I guess upsetting on Maxwell's part. Funny for me, because I did most of this shit. Anyway. So, Maxwell is going to have... He had his party at some big, like, just big club. Like, Madison Square Garden kind of big. I don't... It was like the Ritz, my friends. It was like the Ritz. They had fine champagne there. They had everything, everything that you could imagine. But what they had there that I thanked Maxwell for was vodka. And Maxwell actually said to me he asked for vodka, just because he knew I was coming. Which I know was complete bullshit. He just wanted to use the vodka excuse to get the girls drunk easier. Which he did. So, I was happy that he asked for vodka just for me. Well, I was drinking vodka. I think I had about maybe, I don't know, say 6 shots of vodka, and I was, feeling good. I was feeling the burn, or what the people like to call nowadays days the buzz. But I was feeling it. It was really good. But then Maxwell wants to make a toast. He wanted me to make a toast. I had nothing written, and I just got up there, and I'm feeling the buzz already. So, people, if you don't know by now, if you have any sort of buzz, even rational thought, any rational thought process is out the window. Because the second you have a buzz. You have the buzz. You honestly are at the point where you just don't give a shit anymore. So now that I told you that, well, this is how I react when I have a buzz. This is how I react when I have a buzz. Oh, and by the way, if you guys really want to, read the signs more, because I'm telling you right now, there are some signs where I just brush past them like they're nothing. If you guys really want to read the signs, pause the video, you could read the sign and then unpause it later. Anyway, make a long story slightly less longer. Beer is really good, especially when after you've eaten a good meal. But anyway, he calls this toast, and as best man always has to make a toast. So I get up and I'm like, I want to make a toast. I raise my wine glass, which I don't drink. I wasn't drinking any wine, so I just put some vodka in it. So I raised my wine glass with vodka, and I said to him, to Maxwell, the most perviest asshole I ever known. But I wouldn't trade this pervy asshole for anybody else. Not even if they were like, I think I said George Bush. Not even if they were as stupid as George Bush, I would never trade him away. He's my friend to the end, and I will support him in anything he does, including this. I will support him through, as always. Oh, and here it says, insert panic moment and waste bullets here. That's why I'm firing. And you can also read, I guess. I hope you can. Otherwise, don't play this map. Also, there are some spelling errors in the map, so don't go all cynical on this person. He tried really hard this is a lot of work that was done on this map. Okay, he did a lot. I'm not even this video didn't even get 25% of the way through to the end of the map. So that just says a lot. There will be another part to this video that I will release later on, and of course it's gonna be the same thing. I'm not gonna just start it and stop it. But anyway, so as I was saying, I was, I'm sitting here making the toast, and I was like, to the filthiest bastard I know, may his future endeavors be great. May his children be spontaneous and smarter than he is in the choices of life that he's made. All this stupid shit. I'm just saying all this shit. Everybody is either laughing or they're gasping. They're like, oh my god, they cannot believe he's saying this. But I was far beyond actual thought. Maxwell was beside himself. He was just like face palm, Uber down, head down. His wife was laughing, and my girlfriend, she had her head like down, and she was just like, I don't know this guy. But later on, she said she should have laughed at that whole entire ordeal because it was hilarious. Which I can't lie to you guys, it was hilarious. So after the toast, I'm still drinking, I'm still liquoring up, I'm still doing it. Maxwell pulls me aside and he's like, hey, that was a great toast, And I was like, yeah, you think? Excuse me, my friends. And he goes, yeah. Could you have stressed any more that I was an asshole? And I said, yes, I could have. As a person that has got maybe about 4 wine glasses full of vodka inside of him. And next I was doing Jack and Coke, which, if anybody knows, vodka and Jack Daniels just doesn't mix well. So this is what happened. Maxwell was okay. He was alright with me. He wasn't upset at me or anything. He was laughing, having a great time and everything. And I said to Max, so what else what else you got to drink? This was while I was drinking Jack and Coke. And he says, go ask the bartender, you can have anything you want. It's an open free bar. It's open bar. And I was like, oh my god. Open bar? I don't have to... What? And I was like, okay, I'll ask. So I did, and of course, he had what was it? Absinthe. He had absinthe there. So this is where the story gets very, very interesting. The bartender had absinthe. I told him, pour me a glass of absinthe. I just wanted it straight. I've never done absinthe before in my life. So I decided, give it to me straight. Give it to me straight. I don't want anything in it. So the bartender gave it to me straight, and I was like, okay, this, after 2 glasses, I was already, like, my head was down after 2 glasses. I was feeling like absolute shit after 2 glasses. That's how bad it was. So it gets better. It gets better. For some reason, my wife, she tells me that because I was near blackout at this point. We were dancing, having a great time, and just having a ball. But I was near blackout status. So this is what happened. I don't know what time. It must have been maybe 5 minutes after third slow dance of the night, which there was about 6 slow dances of the night. But there was like 3 party songs, then a slow dance, then 3 more party songs and a slow dance, and it would just keep going and going and going. So after like the third slow dance, with me and my girl, I decided to what was it? Sorry, my friends. I'm trying to remember because I don't remember. But I remember what my wife had said to me. She said, "You got up and you left, and I wanted to know where you were going, but you didn't say anything. You just got up and left." And I was like, "I probably went to the bathroom to go throw up." And she said, "Well, I checked there." She had a couple of men check around the building for me, and they couldn't find me, which was getting bad. I was drunk out of my mind, and if anybody knows a Russian, you don't want a Russian drunk out of their mind roaming around a building at all. It is bad. It is bad for business, and you could get into lots of trouble with the Russian. So I decided to go for a swim in the pond that was right next to the hotel that they were staying at. The party was in the hotel they were staying at. I decided to go for a swim in the pond. That was nothing. I got back out, clothes all wet, and I decided to, oh yeah, that's bullshit. I wanted to get to that chest so badly, but I'll get to it later. I get it later, but I wanted at that moment to get to the chest, but they couldn't. Anyway, so I was sitting here and well, not sitting. I was there swimming in the pond. Got out after maybe 45 minutes of swimming, and I went to go to the Gomasigiyama. I don't know what they just said. I think that was Italian. Anyway, my wife's Italian, and she could speak Italian. It's pretty hot in bed. But I digress. The I can't think. I can't remember. The hotel manager pulled me aside and he asked me why I was all wet, and I told him I went for a swim. And he was like, "Oh, okay." And he knew that was a part of the party, so they probably thought that they threw me into the pool or something. He probably thought that they threw me into the pool, which on a regular party would have been the case, but this wasn't the regular party. This was just off the wall. So here comes my wife, my girlfriend at the time. She's like, "Where the hell have you been?" And I said, "I went for a swim." And she said to me, "Where? We checked the pool. We checked everywhere. Where have you been?" And I said, "There was a little swimming pool outside. I went for a swim in it." And she looked at me and she said, "You mean you went swimming in the goddamn pond?" And I said, "I guess." So at this point I knew that I was extremely fucked up. Maxwell had seen me, everybody had seen me. But they didn't know where I went swimming. They all thought that I just jumped in the pool. Which, again, a regular party, that would have been the case. But this wasn't the regular party. It gets better. Now, they sent me up to the room and they wanted me to relax because of how drunk I was. Because the party wasn't going anywhere. They weren't going to stop until like maybe 4 o'clock in the morning. And this was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So they wanted me to sober up a little bit. And I wasn't planning on sobering up at all. In fact, I had a shot of something that I shouldn't have that swirled me into, that spiraled into what happens next. I got up to the hotel room, and there was like a wine selection that you could order for your hotel room, and they'd bring it up. But there was also just a liquor selection, and on there was Everclear. Now, if anybody knows what Everclear is, you'll know what's going to happen. I ordered one bottle of Everclear, but they said that they cannot serve bottles due to the fact of its potency. It's 190 proof. Now, it's whole grain alcohol. It's basically made just for cooking, but or mixing in with a drink, little bits. So I said, can you give me just what can you give me? You can't give me a bottle, but you have it on your sheet. What can you give me? And they said, well, we can give you about a beer bottle's worth. So I think it would be like 12 ounces. So I said, that's good. Give me that. So he brings up a little container of Everclear. Now, here's where it goes next. I have 2 shots of Everclear, and that was it. I left, according to my girlfriend, who was my wife at the time, who was my girlfriend at the time, not my wife. Why do I keep saying that? You guys know this. I'm sorry. I'm very new to this. But according to her, she saw me walking around the hotel, and she went up to check to see if I was still there. Oh, right here, guys, I saw a secret down below, and I'm going back to the beginning to get the secret. Anyway, long story, slightly less longer. It's still a long story. I went down there, and I went to the front. According to her, because she saw me, but she wasn't going to make it obvious that she saw me. She wasn't going to try to pull me aside or anything. Which, in all respect, she shouldn't have done anyway. Which is the smart thing. She did the smart thing. She just let this happen, which it was going to happen. I was beyond shit-faced. I had 4 up on my tux. Well, little bits, not like a puke stain, like a giant puke stain. It was little bits, but you know what it was. Because it was green. The damn thing was green. Ugh, that absinthe made my puke green. Never to drink absinthe, my friends. You will hallucinate. So, according to her, I was in front of the fountain. And I was sitting there. And as I was sitting there in front of the fountain, I was literally just sitting down in front of the fountain. On the ground. And as I was sitting there, I said to myself, well, that fountain looks like a toilet. I got up, pulled my pants down, and just pissed in the fountain. Broad daylight. Broad daylight. Now, this was just bad. This was horrible. In retrospect, the police should have been notified. But they weren't. Oh my god. I cannot believe hotel security. Nobody saw me that worked at the hotel. Nobody that worked at the hotel saw me. But the party did. The whole entire party saw me pissing in the fountain, singing a song. I think what my girlfriend was saying was singing some Russian song, which which in retrospect was a drinking song. And well, let's just say that it was probably the funniest thing that I've ever done when I was drunk, which was puke in the hotel room all over the floor, then go down outside with Everclear and absinthe, including Jack and Coke, inside of my system. I almost had alcohol poisoning. Never do this, guys. I had blacked out. So anyway, I had all that in my system, and I still pissed in the fountain. I don't know how I was able to walk straight. I don't know how I was able to do anything. According to my wife, I wasn't able to walk straight. Which, in retrospect, how did I get down to the damn fountain? You know, how did somebody not see me? How did this all happen? Well, Maxwell was beside himself. He was laughing hysterically. His wife was pissed off at me because they all saw me just pissing in front of the fountain, mooning the entire party behind me, and pissing in front of the fountain. Well, it was one of the funniest things that I've ever done in my life. I have to say that, guys. Like, I've never done something as stupid as that. Well, I have. I've done stupid things before, including that stupid, but, that takes the cake for areas that I've done it. I've done it at a wedding. And that's how I crashed Maxwell's wedding, because right after that, the wife wanted to go upstairs and never come back down. To be fair, it wasn't truly my fault. To be fair, it was mostly the wife's fault. She had the open bar. No, I'm just playing. It was my fault, but I'm not gonna throw blame at her. She shouldn't have reacted the way she did. I mean, it's her wedding, and she let somebody else destroy it in a millisecond. It was just doomed to fail in the beginning. I mean, on your special day, you don't let anybody, no matter what they do, ruin your special day. Nothing. It is your special day for a reason. But she let me ruin it, and honestly, I was drunk. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Sadly, I really wish I did know what the hell I was doing, and I wish I could say sorry. But Maxwell and I don't get along anymore, and I don't get along with his wife at all. In fact, his wife is a complete bitch. Oh, I'm sorry, ex-wife. If I'm right. If I'm right, I think it's ex-wife now. So Maxwell, yeah, oh my god, me and him don't talk anymore. But you know, that was just a tale of when I ruined Maxwell's wedding. His first wedding. I think he's had about 5 now. I'm not sure. Like I said, he's one of those type of guys that the wedding really isn't that serious. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Story of me pissing in a public fountain, which the hotel. I'm stupid for trying to put that in there. What an idiot I am. Anyway, I'm which a public. They should have been notified, but of course they weren't, because Maxwell's an asshole like that. And I'm sure it's been cleaned by now, so don't get your panties in the bundle. If you want to hear some more stories, just let me know in the comment section below. Like, favorite, whatever it is, and share the video so that so that people can hear about these stories more, you know,